you're going to sleep as an individual, they have what's called a single supplement. And so it costs a couple of extra $100 to be by yourself, because you're taking up a space that two people could have been in, if that makes sense. And then also the travel insurance, which I'll get to that part in a second. But what it includes, I'll just go over this again. It includes your basic tour and guided sightseeing, round trip airfare, the fuel surcharges and government taxes, which are subject to change, but they're usually, if they do change, it's minimal. Admission fees, entrance fees, hotel gratuities, program fee, your daily breakfast and dinner, your deluxe motor coaches, and then your first class hotels, and more. So and knowledgeable guides. I want to really point that out too. Whoever you're going to have as your guide is definitely going to be someone who's knowledgeable and more than likely from Israel. So you'll actually have a local guiding you. Now, in regards to the travel insurance, I always stress to my clients that it's important to really consider travel insurance, especially when you're traveling out of the country, for a couple of reasons. One, if something were to happen and you needed to cancel your trip, what's really nice about this company's travel insurance is that they can help to get you a partial to full refund, depending on what the circumstance is. The other thing is that you never know when something happens. So their travel insurance actually has medical included with it, medical coverage. And I actually had a client, not on this trip, but he was on his honeymoon, and it was like out of a movie, right? Like he was in his rental home and cut his finger on his honeymoon and it's bleeding. And then he was in a panic and tripped and fell and hit his head and got a concussion. And they're in Italy, right? Yeah, I see you laughing. They're in Italy, right? So they're in the middle of this like village with no hospital. So they had to emergency fly to Rome. And can you imagine the bills that they had? So because I had sold them travel insurance, he was actually able to claim that. And he had to pay it up front out of pocket, but he got fully reimbursed. And so you never know when you could be traveling somewhere, even in the States, right, and twist your ankle and you're not in your own state. I've done it before, and I've almost had to go to the emergency room, and I was like, no, my insurance doesn't work here. So you know, that's important to be mindful of. This document that I sent, it has all of the details on it. I can also send you a hard copy as well. And what I like about this printed document is that you can actually zoom in though, and actually read a little bit better the fine print, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one more testimonial video, and then we'll open it up for any questions that you may have. And we'll go from there. So let me pull that up. Actually, I'm going to show you two testimonial videos. One's talking in regards to safety. So we will get that one up here.
Good afternoon. My name is Carlette Schultz. I am from Cleveland, Ohio. And the reason for this trip right now is we are walking through the journey, the Bible with our church, and we came with other church members. Now, I know there have been a lot of information about the Donald Trump situation, but thus far, as of right now, our tour guy right here is Nazareth. And
uh-oh.
Good afternoon. My name is Carlette Schultz.
That's weird. It just restarted. Sorry.
Situation, but thus far, as of right now, our tour guy right here is Nazareth. And he has been doing a superb job with our safety, and we haven't seen any issues. We've just been hearing the feedback off the news, but we are so safe at this moment. And I'd like to tell you, if you come here, you are safe and at peace right now. They are doing the best they can to accommodate us. in every which way. Thank
All right. And then I have one more testimonial video I wanted to show you all.
Good afternoon. Praise God. Okay, so my name is Ruth August, and this is my sister, Scully August, and my mom, Jasula August. And honestly, our experience has been phenomenal. It's been an emotional and very enlightening experience. We've just walked the path of Jesus, and we've seen so many historical sites. And it's just been one of our lifelong bucket lists. We check it off our list, and it's just been just a really overwhelming experience. Positive experience. We felt very safe here the entire time, and we've had a good time from start to finish, and we hope to come back again. Yeah, wonderful time. Nothing to complain about. Very safe. All hours of the day. A must-see ETS. Thank you for taking care of us, and encourage more young people come out to the Holy Land. This is awesome. You'll have a wonderful time, and it'll change your life. Awesome. And somehow you enjoyed yourself, yeah?
Yes, I enjoy myself. I love it, and then I hope to come back again.
Yes. You felt safe, and you felt very safe.
Yes, very safe.
Yeah, so we recommend anybody who wants to come to definitely come out to Israel. No hesitation. It's worth it. My name is Missionary Taniqua Taylor. I'm here in the Holy Land, currently on the Mount of the Attitudes. I have been here on the Holy Land trip since on the 4th of December. And I tell you, the experience that I've had here has been an experience like no other. My ministry will never be the same, especially after I went to the church of the sepulcher, and I was able to touch the slab where Jesus was. And not only that, going into the tomb to see that he was laid there. It was a borrowed tomb, but thank God it wasn't a permanent tomb, because our Lord and Savior got up with all power in his hand. And I thank God on this morning for even here being on the mountain again, once again, on the Sea of Galilee where we came, where he ministered as well. So all these places of footsteps of Jesus, the Bible has come alive for me, and many that have come on this trip. I tell you, it's unbelievable. The experience and the glory that has been surrounding us, the glory that we have felt in our spirits. I will never be the same. I will never be the same. I will never look at the Bible the same. When I open it from now on, life is all I will be able to see what Jesus has done on his journey throughout the time that he's ministered on earth. And I'm excited to even transition on today to see all the places that he's been through and to walk on holy grounds. And even as being here with the ETS group, I felt safe the entire time. There was nothing that I felt that was a trembling in my spirit. It's just been a calm. Everybody has been in place, welcoming us at every point that we have been through on today. So if you are looking at coming to the Holy Land and you're thinking about whether you're going to be safe or not, no worries. ETS has you in the safety net. Thank you.
All right. So one last thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about the cost of the trip is that you can actually too, we can set it up in the sense of like payment plans. And so essentially the deposit is $300 per person, and then you can pay as you go until the final payment date, which would be February 22nd, 2021. So you literally have like, yeah, like I don't know how many months is that, 14 months, 14, 15, 16 months to pay off this trip. And like I said, that would include your flight from JFK and the hotel and all of those other accommodations. So, and then that also gives you a chance to, if you're concerned about travel insurance, to add that in as well and make payments on the travel insurance. Because usually with travel insurance, you have to pay for it up front in full. So that's really nice as well. All right, I'm going to open it up to questions. Go ahead, and if you want to ask a question, you can unmute yourself, or I can unmute everybody. Let me try to unmute everybody, actually. Okay. Yeah, you'll have to. Okay, I have to mute. Okay. I think I had feedback. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, okay.
No. It all sounds good. You won't be on the trip though.
No, I am not planning to go on this trip. I'm debating it, but I probably won't be on this one.
Okay. No, sounds good to me.
Any other questions? Well, before we get off, I do want to introduce myself a little bit more. I realized I didn't do that at the beginning, but I want to share with you all who I am, since we don't have any questions, and so you can know who you're dealing with, right? So my name is Sydney, and I started Sydney Star Travel. Let me tell you, I love hospitality. I love the travel industry. I love the event coordination industry, event planning industry. I have spent the last 10 years doing it and working on it. And then I also went to school and I got a master's in tourism management. So I'm committed to making sure people have a good time. One of my favorite places in the US to travel is New Orleans. I love New Orleans. I love the hospitality. I love that there's something for everybody. If you want to party, you can party. If you want some music, you can get good music. You know, if you want art and culture, you can get that too. So it's my favorite place in the US to go. I've been out of the country several times. My best friend, she's a zookeeper. So this is me at one of her zoos. We are always messing around with animals. I don't know. Like, she keeps me adventurous, to be honest with you. This is me in Cozumel with parrots sitting on my head. I did not know he was going to do that. And so I was worried he was going to poop on me. And then down here is me in Panama in Central America. I was right outside of Cologne, in a village called Achiote, doing a service trip. And I had been down there twice to do service trips in the community. And our approach was, what does the community need? We didn't go in with a mission, right, to fix something. We went in with asking them, how can we help you? And what they asked us to do was to build a hostel, a 1-bedroom hostel, so the community could make extra money by doing tours. And then the next year, they asked us to help them build a trail so that they could bring kids in from the city and teach them about the rainforest. So I thought that was awesome. And then just some more photos of me and my family. That's me and my boyfriend and our 2 dogs, Bonnie and Clyde. I'm corny like that. And yes, I mean my dogs, Bonnie and Clyde. That's my mom down there. She just graduated with her doctorate in social work. And then me and my siblings, my sister's getting her master's in health. And my brother's a junior in college. And then my youngest brother is learning Mandarin, Chinese. He's fluent. So I'm going to get him to work for me one day to work with clients in China, hopefully. And then I just have a picture of my mom and my boyfriend's mom. They're like my best friends. So I wanted to show them. And then that's me at graduation when I was getting my master's. And then just what I believe in, my business commitments. So I'm committed to sustainability within the environment. So what I do is I take out of my commission, and with you guys, I'm not charging an admin fee. Some agents do. I waive that because I know Andrew, who's helping to plan the trip personally, and he's awesome. And so I'm not charging you guys anything extra. Like, what the price you see is the price that you're paying up above. And so what I'm going to do is, out of my commission that I make from the trip, from the tour operator, part of that's going to go back towards helping the environment and doing like environmental education, or replanting trees in the rainforest or whatnot. I believe in sustainability in the local community. Something I would love to do is to start a scholarship for kids who are teens and young adults who want to travel and can't afford to. I know that's the situation I was in, and my grandmother actually pulled out of her retirement early money so I could go on my first international trip in high school. And that just was life-changing. I actually was at the Vatican over Easter, which was just mind-blowing experience. I did something, got rid of my thing. But anyway, so yeah, and then integrity. I believe in treating everybody with respect, whether they end up working with me or not. I believe in transparency, honesty, and quality. And so I'm going to tell you up front what the cost is.